I'm going to share with you 4 compliments that are extremely powerful, unlike anything most men say, so much so that women genuinely cannot stop thinking about them. The most important part is these are not cheesy pickup lines or childish tricks. They are rooted in psychology and tap into what women truly want to hear deep down. Just a heads up, these are called forbidden compliments for a reason. Once you start using them, you won't be able to go back to ordinary compliments. Let me ask you this. How often have you given a woman a compliment only to receive that polite smile and then nothing? You know the kind I mean, that small thank you that clearly signals the conversation is over. Here is the truth most men fail to understand. If she is attractive, she has already heard she's beautiful countless times this week. It's like giving someone a tiny reward just for showing up. Sure, it feels nice, but it doesn't make her heart skip a beat. Think about it this way. If someone said, nice shirt, versus, there's something about your confidence that makes everyone notice you, which one would stick in your mind? Which one would make you curious about what they really see in you? That is exactly what we are focusing on here. I will be honest with you. As a woman, I understand exactly how our minds react when we hear certain things. I know the mental loops we go through, trying to figure out what a man means when he says something unusual. Right now, you're getting the inside knowledge. These are not the normal compliments about her looks or clothes. These reach deeper, affecting us on an emotional level in a way that makes us want to know more about the man who said them. The first forbidden compliment is, you have this certain energy about you that I can't quite figure out. Now, before you think this sounds too simple, let me explain why it is a psychological goldmine. Most men compliment women by solving a problem for them. You're pretty. Problem solved. She knows you find her attractive. You're funny. Great, you think she's entertaining. But this type of compliment creates a puzzle instead. When you tell a woman she has an energy you can't figure out, you're essentially saying that there's something special about her, but you won't explain what it is. And trust me, that drives us wild in the most exciting way possible. Here's what happens in her mind. What energy? What did he notice? What makes me different? And just like that, she is thinking about you, about what you notice in her, about how she makes you feel. Let me give you an example. I was at a party once and a guy approached me. Instead of the usual, hey, you look amazing tonight, he said, you have this energy that makes everyone around you feel more at ease. I noticed it the moment you walked in. I thought about that one comment for weeks. I kept replaying it in my head, trying to understand what he meant. Was it the way I smiled? The way I spoke to people? What energy exactly? Every time I thought about it, I was thinking about him. That is the strength of this compliment. It plants a thought in her mind that keeps growing. Now, how do you use it correctly? Timing matters. Don't walk up randomly and drop this line. Wait until you've talked for a while, when there is already some connection. Maybe she just shared a story, made you laugh, or you noticed something unique about how she interacts with others. Make it specific to the moment. Instead of saying energy generally, you could say, you have a way of making people around you feel calm that I can't figure out. Or, there's something about how you think that feels different from everyone else I meet. And here's the secret. After you say it, don't explain immediately. Let her wonder. If she asks, what do you mean? Just smile and say, I'm still trying to figure it out myself. She will spend the next hour trying to show you more sides of herself so you can figure it out. That's when you know you have her full attention. Compliment number 2 is even more powerful. I feel like you are the kind of person who has stories most people never get to hear. This one is clever and effective. Here's why. Every woman, truly every woman, feels there are parts of herself that others don't see or understand. Maybe she secretly loves astronomy, but appears to be someone who enjoys parties. Maybe she writes poetry or works in finance. Maybe she is thoughtful and deep, but everyone sees her only as the funny friend. When you say she seems like someone with untold stories, you are essentially saying, I see past your surface, and I sense there is more to discover. And men, that is highly appealing. Here's why it works. First, it makes her feel mysterious and interesting. Instead of complimenting what everyone can see, you are implying she has hidden qualities, and that is incredibly attractive. Second, it makes her want to prove you are right. She will start thinking, what stories do I have? What would surprise him? And then she will want to share those stories with you. I remember a man telling me, I bet you have at least 3 hobbies that would surprise people. Immediately, I began listing all my unusual interests, my obsession with true crime podcasts, collecting old postcards, my secret love of 90s boy bands. I spent nearly 20 minutes giving him my full personality rundown because I wanted to show him that yes, I am full of surprises, and the entire time I was growing more interested in him because he understood me. To use this effectively, wait for the right timing. This works best when she has revealed something small about herself, or when you notice something that doesn't match her outward image. Maybe she mentioned she reads a lot, made a surprising reference, or reacted in a way that caught you off guard. Be specific if you can. Instead of just saying stories, you could say, I feel like you've traveled to places most people don't know about. Or, you seem like the type with unusual skills that would surprise people. Then give her space to fill in the missing pieces. Don't immediately ask, what stories? She will choose what to share, showing you the true her. When someone opens up, they feel closer to you. That is basic psychology. This compliment not only makes her feel seen and interesting, but also builds a sense of closeness instantly. She will end up revealing parts of herself she rarely shares, making your conversation far deeper than typical small talk. Now for the most advanced one, compliment number 3. I can't decide if you are going to be really good for me or really dangerous. Pay close attention to this one. Most compliments put the woman in the position of power. When you say, you're amazing, or you are the most beautiful woman here, you place her on a pedestal, waiting for her to decide if she likes you. But this compliment flips that dynamic. Now she wonders where she stands with you. I can't decide if you're good for me or dangerous implies that you are evaluating her, not the other way around. It suggests she has power, but also that you are strong enough to walk away if she proves to be trouble. Women find that incredibly attractive. Here's why. Women are drawn to men who have options, who are not desperate, who cannot be easily controlled. When you indicate that you are still figuring her out, it shows confidence and self-respect. At the same time, it makes her feel thrilling and unpredictable. Dangerous here is not negative. It means she has the power to stir up your world, and that is intensely tempting. These 3 compliments alone are game changers, but the real magic happens when you combine them thoughtfully. Timing, observation, and subtlety are everything. Say them too soon, and they feel forced. Say them correctly, and you create curiosity, emotional connection, and genuine intrigue. You are not just complimenting her, you are inviting her into a deeper conversation about who she is and how you see her. That is the kind of attention women remember, that lingers in the mind and makes her want to know more about you. Remember, forbidden compliments are called that for a reason. They go beyond surface-level flattery. They make her think, feel, and engage. They make her want to reveal parts of herself she rarely shares. They make her curious about you. They are subtle, intelligent, and slightly mysterious, which is why they are so much more effective than any standard compliment. Use them wisely, with patience, with attention, and you will notice a huge shift in how women respond to you. They are not manipulative. They are about genuine recognition of what makes someone truly unique. Every time you deliver these compliments with authenticity, you plant a seed in her mind, a spark that grows with every interaction. When you master these, you will understand that true attraction is not about constant praise, about flashy words, or surface level charm. It is about tapping into psychology, human curiosity, and the subtle ways women respond when they feel genuinely seen and understood. Your words become more than words, they become a bridge to connection, understanding, and intrigue. And the incredible part is that when done naturally, it feels effortless, sincere, and deeply engaging. I had a man say this to me once after I made a joking, sharp remark about his choice of drink. Instead of getting defensive or just laughing it off, he looked at me and said, "I'm starting to think you might be a bit dangerous for my peace of mind." And let me tell you, that comment stayed in my head for days. Was I dangerous? What did he mean? Did he like dangerous? Was that a good thing or a bad thing? And every time I thought about it, I found myself thinking about him and how he saw me. That is exactly what you want. Here is when and how to use this. Wait for playful tension. This works best when there is already some flirting going on. Maybe she has joked with you about something, challenged you, or done something surprisingly bold. How you say it matters. Say it slowly with a slight smile, like you are genuinely trying to figure her out. It should sound thoughtful, not like a rehearsed line. Examples in action. She challenges you about something. You can say, "I'm starting to think you might be trouble." She does something unexpectedly kind after being cheeky. You could say, "I can't tell if you're an angel or if you're going to completely mess up my plans." She surprises you with how smart or quick-witted she is. Say, "You know what? I think you're going to be dangerous for my productivity." The amazing thing about this compliment is that it creates curiosity and shows confidence at the same time. She is thinking about what you meant, but she is also impressed that you are not just showering her with praise like most men do. You are showing interest while keeping your own power in the conversation. That balance is what sparks real attraction. And now for the final one. And this might be the most powerful of them all. You think differently than anyone I have ever met, and I can't tell if that is going to inspire me or drive me crazy. This compliment is like a masterclass in psychology because it touches on something every woman secretly hopes someone will notice: her mind. Here is the deal, men. Most compliments focus on how a woman looks or behaves, but this one focuses on how she thinks. And let me tell you, when someone notices and truly values the way our mind works, that is when you really get our attention. Think about it. How many times has someone complimented a woman's intelligence by saying, "You're so smart"? That is nice, but it is general. But when you tell her she thinks differently, you are saying she is not just smart, she is unique. Her brain works in ways that stand out from everyone else. And then you add that second part. I can't tell if that's going to inspire me or drive me crazy. Now you've created the perfect tension. You are saying her mind is so interesting that it could either be the best thing that ever happened to you or completely turn your world upside down. I had a man say something like this to me after I explained my unusual theory about why people choose certain coffee drinks based on their personality types. Instead of just saying, "That's interesting," or "You're really smart," he said, "Your brain goes to places I never would have imagined, and I honestly do not know if that is fascinating or terrifying." And men, I was hooked. He was not just praising my intelligence. He was saying my way of thinking was so unique, it could actually have an effect on him. That made me feel powerful and fascinating at the same time. Here is why this works so well. It makes her feel intellectually attractive. Most women are used to being complimented on their looks, but being found mentally captivating. That is rare and incredibly meaningful. It shows you are not intimidated by smart women. Many men feel threatened when women show intelligence. This compliment shows you find them attractive, even when it challenges you. It also sparks curiosity about what you mean. She will want to know, inspire you how, drive you crazy in what way. What about her thinking is so different? Here is when to use it. After she has shared an opinion or viewpoint that surprised you. Maybe she has a unique take on something everyone else sees differently. Or she solves a problem from an angle you did not expect. When she is passionate about something, her work, hobbies, or beliefs, and you can see her mind working in interesting ways during deeper conversations. This is not a surface level compliment. Save it for moments when you have gone past small talk and she is truly showing you how she thinks. You can say, "The way you just explained that shows your mind works so differently from mine, and I'm not sure if I should be worried or excited about that." Or, "You see things from angles I never would have thought about. I think spending time with you might completely change how I think about things." Or, "Your perspective is so unique. I feel like you are either going to teach me something amazing or completely mess with my head." And here is the secret ingredient. After you say it, ask her more about her thoughts. Show true curiosity about her perspective. When a woman feels someone truly appreciates her, not just her looks, but the way her mind works, that creates a connection that goes much deeper than physical attraction. This compliment makes her feel seen on the deepest level possible. And once a woman feels like you truly see and value her mind, that is when she becomes completely fascinated by you. So, why do these forbidden compliments work when the regular ones fail? It all comes down to psychology. Regular compliments are like simple snacks. They taste good for a moment, but are quickly forgotten. These compliments are like a gripping mystery novel. They linger because you cannot stop thinking about them. Here is what they all have in common. First, they create mystery instead of solving it. Instead of telling her exactly what you think, you give hints and let her imagination fill in the gaps. Second, they make her feel unique without putting her on a pedestal. You are not worshipping her, you are genuinely intrigued by her. Third, they change the power balance. Instead of you trying to impress her, she starts wanting to impress you by showing these interesting things you noticed about her are true. Fourth, they go beyond the surface. Each one touches something deeper, her unique vibe, hidden depths, complexity, and her mind. And here is the most important part. They are all genuine. You are not making things up or using tricks. You are paying close attention to the unique things about her that other men miss and commenting on them in ways that create curiosity instead of stating simple facts. You are not just some guy giving a compliment. You become the person who understands her in a way most people do not. You become the person she wants to understand better. All right, men, there you have it. 4 forbidden compliments that will make you unforgettable to any woman you use them with. But remember, these are not magic spells. They work because they come from a place of real curiosity and genuine interest. Do not just remember the words, understand the psychology behind them. Notice what makes each woman unique. Observe the things other men miss and comment on those in ways that create mystery. Instead of stating the obvious, do this and you will never struggle to leave a lasting impression again. If this helped you, hit that like button, sign up for more dating psychology that actually works, and tell me in the comments which of these 4 you are most excited to try. It's been your girl, Remy Renee here. I will see you all in my next video. Remember, be real, stay curious, and watch what happens.